The efficient mass production of these popular health snacks relies on advanced machinery and rigorous quality control to ensure every bar meets the highest standards. As the demand for protein bars continues to soar, the market is projected to exceed $6 million by 2029. The production process of protein bars begins with the crucial steps of sourcing and preparing the necessary raw materials. Factories typically acquire large quantities of various protein sources such as whey, soy, or pea protein, in addition to other essential ingredients like oats, nuts, dried fruits, sweeteners, and flavorings. These ingredients are then combined using large industrial mixers, which play a key role in blending the ingredients into a homogeneous mixture. The mixing process is vital as it ensures that the protein and other components are evenly distributed throughout the mixture, resulting in a consistent texture and flavor in every bar produced. To achieve this level of precision, factories employ programmable logic controllers to automate the mixing process. This automation allows for precise control over the mixing time, speed, and temperature, ensuring that each batch maintains consistency regardless of the scale of production. Following the thorough blending and homogenization of the mixture, it undergoes a critical step where it is compressed into long sheets before being extruded into individual bars. This compression process is essential for shaping the mixture into a form that is suitable for further processing. The sheeting machine, equipped with large rollers or presses, applies pressure to the mixture, compacting it into a thin, uniform sheet. This step is crucial for ensuring uniformity in texture and flavor throughout the entire batch, which is important for maintaining consistency in the final product. Additionally, compressing the mixture increases its density, making it easier to extrude and shape into individual bars without the risk of crumbling or breaking apart. After compression, the protein bar mixture is transferred to forming and shaping machines. These machines utilize a combination of extrusion and cutting technologies to shape the mixture into bars. The extrusion process involves forcing the mixture through a die to create a continuous bar, which is then cut to the desired length by high-speed cutters. This method allows for the production of bars in various shapes and sizes, depending on the specific requirements of the product. The machinery is designed to handle high volumes of the mixture, ensuring that thousands of bars can be produced per hour, thus meeting the demands of large-scale production. Many protein bars are coated with chocolate, yogurt, or other flavorful and textural coatings to enhance their overall appeal. During this phase, the shaped bars pass through an enrobing machine, which meticulously and evenly coats them with the desired topping. Subsequently, the bars are transported through a cooling tunnel, where the coating is solidified. The cooling process is meticulously controlled to prevent any deformation or melting of the bars, ensuring that the final product retains its intended appearance and consistency. After the bars have been coated and sufficiently cooled, they are ready to undergo the packaging process. High-speed packaging machines are employed to wrap each bar individually, typically using materials that provide a barrier against moisture and oxygen to preserve freshness. This packaging process also includes the critical steps of labeling and coding, which ensure traceability and compliance with regulatory requirements. Factories are equipped with advanced packaging lines capable of handling a variety of packaging formats, from individual wrappers to multi-pack boxes, thereby enabling them to meet diverse market demands. As the demand for nutritious snacks continues to grow, the protein bar market is projected to reach $6 million by 2029. Efficient production processes and continuous innovation are essential for meeting both current and future market demands. In the beginning phases of kombucha production, high-quality tea leaves, typically black or green varieties, are procured from reputable suppliers by the factory. These tea leaves act as the main substrate for fermentation, contributing unique flavors and nutrients to the final product. Using stainless steel tanks or kettles, the factory undertakes large-scale brewing of the tea, aiming for efficiency while upholding strict hygiene standards. The tea leaves are introduced into the brewing vessels, where they undergo steeping to extract aromatic compounds and beneficial components, resulting in a flavorful infusion. Incorporating precisely measured amounts of sugar into the hot tea provides fermentable sugars necessary for the SCOBY's metabolic activity. This step ensures a balanced and consistent brewing environment, with sugar serving as the primary substrate for fermentation, energizing the SCOBY's conversion of the tea into kombucha. The factory then proceeds to cool the sweetened tea mixture to room temperature, a crucial preparation step for fermentation. Controlled cooling safeguards the delicate microbial ecosystem within the tea from thermal shock, maintaining optimal conditions for subsequent fermentation stages. Once cooled, the tea is meticulously transferred into specialized fermentation tanks, each tailored to support the microbial transformation of the tea into kombucha on a large scale. To initiate fermentation and establish the desired microbial community, the factory introduces additional filtered water into the tanks, adjusting the concentration of the tea mixture to the desired level. Additionally, starter liquid from a previous batch of kombucha containing established cultures of bacteria and yeast, is added to the tanks. This serves multiple purposes: kickstarting fermentation by introducing active microbial populations, lowering the mixture's pH to inhibit harmful pathogens, and fostering the growth of beneficial bacteria and yeast, essential for the fermentation process. The fermentation tanks or containers are sealed to prevent contamination and maintain optimal conditions for fermentation, typically including a controlled temperature range around 75 to 85 degrees Fahrenheit and limited exposure to light. The kombucha ferments for a predetermined period, typically between 7 to 14 days, although this can vary depending on the desired flavor profile and production schedule. During fermentation, the SCOBY consumes the sugars in the tea, generating organic acids, carbon dioxide, and trace amounts of alcohol, which impart the characteristic tangy flavor to the kombucha. After fermentation is complete, the kombucha undergoes filtration to eliminate any remaining solids, yeast sediment, or SCOBY fragments, clarifying the liquid and enhancing its appearance. Flavorings such as fruit juices, herbs, or spices may be added at this stage to create flavored varieties, with ingredients meticulously measured and mixed according to specific recipes. Before bottling, the factory enforces strict sanitation protocols to guarantee the integrity and safety of the final product. Glass or PET plastic bottles, selected for their durability and inert properties, undergo thorough sanitization to eradicate any potential contaminants. This meticulous cleaning process preserves the kombucha's freshness and prevents microbial spoilage during storage and transportation. Following sanitation, precision machinery fills the sanitized bottles with filtered and flavored kombucha, minimizing exposure to external elements. Labels are carefully applied to the bottles to provide consumers with essential product information and branding. These labels include details such as the product name, ingredients, nutritional information, expiration date, and branding elements, acting as a means of communication between the producer and the consumer. In large-scale kombucha production facilities, bottling is a highly automated process capable of handling thousands of bottles per day efficiently. The bottles travel on a continuous production line to the filling station, where automated filling machines dispense the desired amount of kombucha into each bottle accurately. Equipped with multiple heads, these filling machines can handle several bottles simultaneously, optimizing throughput. After filling, bottles proceed to the capping station, where automated capping machines securely apply caps or lids. Following labeling and inspection, automated packaging machines group bottles into cases or trays, which are then palletized and prepared for shipping. The seamless integration of automated machinery and quality control measures enables kombucha producers to efficiently meet market demand while upholding product integrity and consistency. Cases are transported to distribution centers, where they are arranged for shipment to retail outlets or other destinations. Automated systems and logistics software play a pivotal role in inventory management and coordinating shipments. Palletized cases are loaded onto trucks or shipping containers, optimizing space and ensuring efficient transport. Distribution centers serve as central hubs for orchestrating deliveries to various retail locations, ensuring orders are fulfilled promptly and accurately. Kombucha has gained widespread popularity as a beverage appreciated for its distinct flavor profiles, potential health benefits, and versatility. Consumers embrace kombucha not only for its refreshing taste but also for its probiotic properties, believed to promote digestive health and overall well-being. Kombucha is enjoyed in various ways, whether chilled as a standalone beverage or incorporated into cocktails, mocktails, or flavored mixes. If you're curious about the intricate workings of these production lines and wish to explore further, you can find our upcoming videos